Russia's war machine is running on fumes, and while Putin pretends everything is fine, the real fallout could cost you more than just high gas prices. It could cost American lives. Here's the truth. Russia is facing a catastrophic fuel shortage that's crippling its army and its economy. And we've uncovered how Putin's desperate solution is to draft hundreds of thousands more men. But the real story isn't just about fuel. It's about a hidden power struggle inside the Kremlin, where a handful of oligarchs are holding the entire war effort hostage. It starts with these videos spreading across Russian social media. Long lines, closed pumps, angry drivers. From Siberia to the Black Sea, Russian gas stations are running dry. The official Kremlin line? Minor logistical snags, temporary maintenance, nothing to see here. But at the exact same time, another story is unfolding. The Kremlin is quietly passing laws to create a digital draft system, making it nearly impossible for Russian men to evade service. They're raising the draft age and banning men from leaving the country. On the surface, these two events, a fuel crisis and a new mobilization push, seem unrelated, but they are deeply connected. So why is Russia, one of the world's biggest oil producers, suddenly running out of gas? And what does that have to do with forcing hundreds of thousands more men to the front lines? The answer isn't a shortage of oil, it's a shortage of loyalty. If you're already seeing how a fuel crisis in Siberia connects to a military draft, subscribe. We decode these hidden connections every single week. The truth is, a powerful group of Russian oligarchs and their oil companies, like Rosneft and Lukoil, are chasing profits. They can make far more money selling diesel and gasoline abroad for hard currency, dollars and euros, than selling it at government-capped prices at home. This is called a gray export scheme. While Russian farmers can't harvest crops and soldiers wait for fuel, tankers full of Russian diesel are heading to countries like Turkey, Brazil, and Saudi Arabia, enriching a few billionaires Putin can't afford to anger. This is the first power structure. The second is the war itself. Russia's railways, essential for moving fuel across its 11 time zones, have been hijacked by the military. They're prioritizing moving tanks and troops to Ukraine, leaving domestic fuel shipments to rot in rail yards. Add in Ukrainian drone strikes on Russian oil refineries and a crippling lack of Western parts for repairs, and you have a system on the verge of collapse. And this is where the mobilization comes in. Putin's central promise to his people was simple: stay out of politics and your life won't change. Empty gas stations and skyrocketing prices break that promise, threatening his grip on power. Militarily, his army in Ukraine is becoming less mobile, more vulnerable. He can't fix the fuel crisis without taking on the oligarchs who prop up his regime. So he's pulling the one lever he has left: manpower. If your tanks can't move, you compensate with waves of infantry. It's a brutal 20th century solution to a 21st century problem, enabled by new digital draft notices that can't be ignored and closed borders for anyone on the list. He's sacrificing his people to protect his power. So, what does Putin's desperate gamble mean for you? First, it signals a longer, bloodier war. This isn't the move of a leader looking for an off-ramp. It's a leader digging in for a war of attrition, which means more multi-billion-dollar aid packages from the US and its allies, funded by your tax dollars. Second, a desperate Russia is a more dangerous Russia. The US draft in the title isn't a prediction for tomorrow, but a recognition of risk. A prolonged, escalating European war that continues to destabilize the region always increases the chances of a miscalculation that could draw NATO, and therefore the United States, into a direct conflict. It raises the threat level for every American. Finally, this chaos ripples directly into your wallet. The instability in a major energy and grain producer like Russia creates a risk premium on global markets. Even if you don't buy Russian oil, your gas prices, your grocery bill, and your 401k are all impacted by the shockwaves from this crisis. Is Putin's gamble a sign of strength or the last desperate act of a failing regime? The fuel crisis, driven by oligarchs' greed, is now forcing Putin to break his social contract, call up more troops, and prolong a war he can't afford to lose. This isn't just a regional conflict, it's a global stress test. If you want to stay ahead of these escalations and understand the moves before they hit the headlines, subscribe and turn on notifications. We're tracking the ripple effects of this crisis. In our next video, we're decoding China's new move in the South China Sea that could directly threaten American supply chains. You won't want to miss it. The power behind the headline. The world decoded.